Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the main event podcast, episode
Welcome.
6 of our WWE edition. Uh,
Episode 70.
I am one of your three hosts, Raza, and joining me, as always, my good friends Arif and Imran. How you doing, guys?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Quantumous.
Guys, can you believe it? 3 weeks in a row we've uploaded.
We've made it to Christmas.
And obviously the consistency award for podcasting does belong to us, doesn't it?
We already have. We've got it in
Yeah.
the post
Yep.
today.
End of year podcast awards. We get the consistency award.
Yeah, but not consistency in talking.
Yeah, before we do get cracking on with some of the content we've got lined up for you today, in case you didn't manage to listen to our episode 5 of our WWE
Shame on
podcast, you should listen to it.
Shame.
But we did say at the minute we're focusing all of our attention on our WWE episodes, not on football. Maybe one day we can go back to it when we do have more time. But as I said, because of time constraints and an unsuitable upload schedule, our content does become too old, too quick, and we decide not to upload because we waste valuable time that way. We can be utilising that time for our own work and, of course, planning for our WWE episodes. But yeah, for WWE, we do work very hard to ensure you get the best each and every week. 3 weeks running.
We watch 17 hours of wrestling
Yeah.
a day.
3 weeks running. We're going to try and keep this going for as long as we can. We do believe this is the most fun and entertaining podcast we have. And yeah, we do hope to continue bringing out more and more every single week. Along with this, as a quick update, we hope to release our very first movie podcast, or entertainment, whatever you want to call it. That should be uploaded to YouTube either the first or second week of January, fingers crossed. That'll be myself and Imran. Arif is busy. Just to be clear, that is nothing.
Gotta help Santa for the post-Christmas
Yeah.
blues.
One of us has got to do it. I've kindly volunteered, so me and Imran are
Gotta
gonna.
scoop up that reindeer stuff.
Yep. Just to be clear, that is nothing professional. Me and him are just going to discuss films and stuff as fans, or even amateurs, you can call us. But we love to hear what other people have to say about films, not critics. We like to hear from word of mouth, not something you read in a magazine or off a website. And we're positive you want to hear that way as well. So hopefully that works out just fine. It's a bit of fun. We don't know the entire ins and out of the business. But yeah, just as fans, we're getting our own view across to you guys. But if there's any other films you want us to cover or talk about, please do get in touch. And as always, we do want to hear from you. You can like us on Facebook at The Main Event Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at TME Podcast. Send us an email at tmepodcast@gmail.com, where Arif is eagerly waiting for your emails.
Now, you can't send me Christmas emails because it's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late. Sorry. And of course,
But
please visit.
emails, I'm waiting for them.
Yep, please visit our website as well, www.tme-podcast.com. All our latest content and
Make it
information.
your homepage.
Yeah.
Why not?
I
It's
should
free.
I should do that as well, shouldn't I?
You really should.
But yeah, anything you want to ask us or send our way, please do get in touch. Want to hear from you, and we hope more and more of you join the journey to try and become a top podcast. But Imran, do you want to start off our episode this week?
Yeah, with SmackDown. The SmackDown kicked off with the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Orton. He came out complaining about what happened on Raw and how he had to face Daniel Bryan and how he left John Cena facing down because he's the champion of champions. Now, this is where John Cena came out. And he said he wants to become champion just like everybody else, but Randy is champion. That means the spotlight's on him. Everybody's watching him, and he's going to be remembered as a coward. Daniel Bryan comes out to the ring and he says he knows why Orton did what he did, and that's because Orton knows Bryan will beat him. Now, this is where the Shield, they're about to attack both men until CM Punk comes out. Vicky Guerrero comes out and stops the attack from happening and makes a 3-on-3 main event where the Shield will face John Cena, Daniel Bryan, and CM Punk. This is the type of match we should be seeing on Raw.
Well, it's the type of match, but is that the match we got?
Um,
I love how enthusiastic Imran sounds about SmackDown.
About
I
SmackDown,
love
of course.
it.
yeah, it's my show. Right, Big E beat Jack Swagger. Tensai beat Brodus Clay after a distraction from Xavier Woods. The Wyatt family faced the tag team champions Cody Rhodes and Goldust in a very long match. The Wyatt family got the win after Bray Wyatt hit Cody Rhodes into the post, and both Cody Rhodes and Goldust, well, they looked incredible as always in the ring. After the match, the White family were about to attack Cody Rhodes and Goldust, but Daniel Bryan came out to make the save, and he attacks the White family with the steel chair. Now, Damien Sandow beat the Miz,
Yes.
the Miz. And backstage now, where Daniel Bryan's given an interview, but the White family take him out and they kind of threw him off somewhere. I'm not sure where. Now, Vicky Guerrero
Empire
said...
State Building.
What's that?
Empire State Building.
Could be. I hope not.
The point.
Well, Vicky Guerrero came out and she said the show must go on. John Cena and CM Punk teamed up against the Shield in a good match, but it ends with Reigns coming in and starting a brawl that ended the match for some reason. Yeah, and then they went for a triple powerbomb on John Cena, just like the old days. But wait, it's that guy, Big E Langston, who came out, clears the house, and stands off with the Roman Reigns to end SmackDown.
Oh, Big E.
Big
In that
E.
main event slot.
I don't understand what they're doing with him, because they've been teasing him for quite a long time now.
But he's busy next week on Raw.
Mm.
Well, obviously we'll get to that once Raw comes up. I mean, SmackDown just seems like every other SmackDown that we always get a straight up tag team match made by Vicky. We always get Daniel Bryan getting taken out. I don't know.
We still get
No
Damien
idea.
Sandow put in any match where he should be a top true main eventer, but obviously we're not that lucky, are we?
Of course,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, the main event, it was something that I expected Raw to have. Like, it's that attraction that you expect Raw to have.
and don't worry,
nice.
man.
It was good.
Raw delivered this week
It did?
with something very, very similar. I mean, if you guys want, we can move on to Raw right now because
Right now. But I must admit, I've not watched Raw. I've watched everything else, but not Raw, because it's the Christmas special.
That was
Well-
tipped as well, wasn't it? So
You're both in for a
I
treat
boycott that.
because you can't interrupt me. You can't. Oh my God, this is awesome. You can't question my. Brock Lesnar returned.
Damn.
He faced
we missed it.
that dude with the face and the legs and
Once
you know it's not Zach Gowen. Oh,
oh, that is not right.
cheer.
that is-
WWE Raw. Huh?
Cheap shot.
Politically incorrect. WWE Raw live from the North Pole. We get Bad Santa promos.
Yes.
Mark Henry out first, and then he's interrupted by Damien Santa.
Whoa, how come,
Sandow says he'll defeat Henry to cancel Christmas tonight.
where's the enthusiasm for Damien Sandow?
Sorry.
Where?
Sandow
Yes.
says he'll defeat Henry to cancel Christmas tonight. Okay, so back to Raw. Back to the main show of the WWE network and universe and
The
stuff.
3 hours of your day.
Oh, well, you'd think it was 3 hours, but I seem to somehow get through it within about an hour and 10 minutes. Anyway, the Authority come out as Kane hands out Christmas cheer, and by Christmas cheer I mean candy canes, not
What?
candy cane figures, but candy canes, the sweet. And yeah, we get a rundown of tonight's card from Triple H and Stephanie. Orton interrupts, and you think, oh yeah, he's gonna come down and maybe pull out an awesome promo like he always does, because it's Orton and he's really good on the mic. And he instead is surprisingly terrible on the mic because he gives the gift of himself to the Authority. He hugs them, and then we get a special Holidays Kane pyro, which was quite nice to see. No? Not nice? Never? No?
No.
12 Divas Jingle Bell match. Next with AJ on commentary.
That's always
I don't
entertaining.
know who was on whose team. I can't tell you, but I know that Natalia made Oksana tap out to end the horrible match. Sin Cara faces. Get it? Faces. Because he's got a mask on and faceless. Sin Cara faces Curtis Axel next. Cara picks up the win with the Jeff Hardy Swanton Bomb. Oh, no, wait, can't say that on WWE. With the Swanton Bomb, the Sin Cara Bomb drop. Sin Cara with the blue lighting. Batista promo. He returns on January the 20th. Oh, wow. Okay.
Exciting for some of us.
So, yeah, exactly. Is this before the Rumble, guys? January 20th.
I think so. It could be.
Could be.
It definitely could be.
It could be, but it might not be as well.
So you live a podcast that just knows
Yeah.
wrestling.
Let me just check.
Come on, Google,
No.
kid.
January 26th is Royal Rumble. He's returning on the 20th. So,
Oh, so yeah, so the week before. Yep. So the night is promo central as we get another, albeit awesome promo. And I have to admit, when I watched this, I thought, yo, this is the best. Yo, I said, yo, yes.
yes.
I thought this is one of the best promos of the night, and it was for the Wyatts and Daniel Bryan. Wait a minute. In the promo, Wyatt said that he would take out Bryan at TLC. Hold on.
Did he?
This is an old promo. This was a promo from before TLC.
Ouch.
Wow. So
So you need to sort that out, WWE. Maybe
Yep.
podcast are on your case.
stop sending your edits to Full Sail University because the kids don't care.
Yeah.
Full Sail, the location of NXT and editing Raw. It's Team Rhodes and D-Bry. Oh, Daniel Bryan. Up to take on the Wyatts next. Good match with Bray hitting the Sister Abigail and Cody for the win. Same stuff as always as Wyatt and Co take out Daniel Bryan after the match. Then we get Dolph versus Fandango in a Christmas present on the pole match.
Wow.
So Fandango has taken Damien Sandow's spot basically in these matches.
Is this 3
Ziggler-
weeks running? No.
This is they had one match on the pay-per-view,
Yeah,
and then 2 matches on Raw. So yeah.
Wow.
So it's just like Sandow and Ziggler with the Hampton's hardcore match, and wow. Okay, so as you know, with the Christmas present on the pole match, you can't make pinfalls, correct?
Okay.
We're taking your word for it.
Yes, because the Christmas present on the pole, and the only way is to win is to bring down the Christmas present on the pole. Now, the Christmas present was an Intercontinental title match for next week, so, I mean, whoever wins gets the IC title match on Raw, which is obviously a big deal, because it's before the New Year's. So, yeah, it could be something good, could be a good match. But Ziggler couldn't go for pinfalls, which obviously
Yes.
frustrated him, so he's the gift. Kept going for the gift. Just kept running up that turnbuckle, going for the gift. But then the ending was quite good because Ziggler gets knocked off the top rope, head lands on the steel chair or steel steps or steel something on the ground, steel something in the impact zone, and then Fandango wins by bringing down the gift.
That's
Of the
interesting.
Intercontinental title match. The Usos knock off the Primetime Players after John Cena's alter ego says the name of the city wrong. He says Houston, and he gets booed, and they were in Austin, Texas, and
Rookie
wow,
mistake.
R-Truth back in WWE, and yep. Mark Henry takes on Damien Santow. So I think I spelled his name wrong. Santow? Is that his name? Damien Santow.
Let's not make fun of him here. Let's get to the
It's
point.
Santa versus Santa match. Santa wins. Okay, so good Santa, that is.
So
Los
Christmas is not
Matadores-
cancelled.
Christmas is unfortunately not cancelled. Los Matadores beat the Real Americans, and we get another Batista promo. Oh wait, it's the same one. Woo! Ryback finally picks up a win as he beats Kofi in a one-on-one match, and then it's finally main event time. Where CM Punk, John Cena, and Big E take on the Shield. Not bad at all. Big E hits a huge big ending on Ambrose for the 1-2 after a huge flurry where everyone hits their final move, their finishers, and you get a huge spear actually by Roman Reigns on Cena, which looked really, really good. We get a 1-2 and broken up by Rollins and Reigns for the disqualification at the end of Raw in the main event. We get a DQ finish, and as you can imagine, the faces take out the Shield to stand tall over Christmas Raw. And finally, it's over. And that's your Raw, everybody.
Yeah. It didn't sound too great.
It wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't that great.
You could say it because
Yeah,
it was
but
taped. You can say that probably just come.
Oh, there were a lot of fake cheers, fake
Yeah.
boos. Ryback got a huge fake boo. You could tell that was not real. The only real reaction was probably to Daniel Bryan, and even that seemed a bit muted.
yeah, it's Christmas Raw. They're always rubbish. I mean, last year we got Santa Claus getting run over by Alberto Del Rio.
Which is terrible.
Yeah.
Where is Del Rio been, by the way? Has he still got a concussion?
Possibly.
Well, I'm not sure.
He got concussed, I think, on the pay-per-view or the week
On the
something.
Raw. On the Raw where we had the title ascension.
That was it.
Yep.
Sin Cara, Butch City.
Unico.
That's it. That's
I
the one.
think you can say they've not done anything this week to work towards a Royal Rumble then. Because
It's a bit too early, I think.
yeah,
for
but
them,
I think
isn't it?
yeah, but with the Rumble, it's like when you used to have, I don't know how long ago this was, when you have to wrestle in singles matches and then enter some lottery to find out what your number was. I much prefer that than having a pure random entry on the night. I don't know about you guys, but I think,
No, I think generally with everything, it was a lot more. There was a lot more hype behind the actual pay-per-views. The pay-per-views actually meant something.
I think right now, though, I think all they're doing is they're waiting for... Because every New Year Raw is big for WWE. Every build-up to the New Year Raw is big for WWE. So I think maybe not next week, but the week afters will be quite huge. And then after that, they'll start building towards the Rumble
that's
properly.
true. Because we've still
So
got
they'll have a number 30 match or so on and so forth. Or the loser gets number 1 spot or... Oh, yeah.
I agree, we've got just over a month, I think a month and 2 days.
Yep.
So you're right, it could be in the next 2 weeks. Any predictions for what might occur on upcoming Raws or SmackDowns that will impact the Royal Rumble?
Well, definitely not Impact because that's TNA. But
Okay.
I think we'll probably get another Triple H CM Punk confrontation soon, or maybe that's waiting for WrestleMania. I don't know. It's hard to predict at the moment because wrestling is so terrible at the moment.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's. I think they're heading towards WrestleMania. It's all building towards WrestleMania. But the ship's kind of slow, sailing really slow in WWE right now.
Especially right now, we're in kind of a holding pattern.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely see Triple H and CM Punk having a confrontation soon. But
What do you think that'll lead to a
build-up
match?
yeah.
Probably. They've got a lot of options right now, but I think their best bet is to use CM Punk in this sort of role where he goes over the authority and makes Triple H look bad at WrestleMania or something along those lines.
Yeah, because that was the role that he was immense at.
Yeah.
Immense at, especially when he dropped the pipe bomb. Oh, that's CM Punk. We miss him.
Yeah, you should have seen him on Raw. He wasn't that great at all. He was really excited for John Cena. And then John Cena did an impression of Hulk Hogan, kind of. Terrible impression of Hulk Hogan, but still an impression.
Yeah, going on to Hulk Hogan. Do you think he'd come out at the Royal Rumble?
Oh, no, not Rumble.
Not Rumble?
Not Rumble. Definitely not Rumble.
A surprise entrant.
Definitely not. He won't be able to hack
It's
it.
too risky with so many men in the ring.
Yep.
It's
And all women.
and all women.
We're not sexist here at the main event.
It's
podcast.
Just Tamina.
Racist.
Just Tamina. That's it. Nobody else.
Yeah. No, but there's a lot of WWE fans, like internet fans actually, I should call them, that have been asking for Jake the Snake Roberts to enter.
Internet fans make up around 5% of the overall.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
It
would've-
doesn't really bode well for Jake the Snake. I don't think WWE would want to take a risk on him, basically.
I don't
Huge risk.
want a valuable spot that could go to an up and coming youngster go to Jake the Snake Roberts.
But then who would you rather have in that spot?
Well, actually, it depends who's taking it. It's difficult to say right now.
The Miz or Jake the Snake?
I'd rather have them both sit at home and watch it on TV.
So 29 people in the room.
29
Here
people.
first main event podcast.
Yep.
I'd rather have Arif enter the Royal Rumble.
30 people. What?
But yes, before we do move on, Imran, what would you give your SmackDown rating?
I would give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. And Arif, what would you give the taped Christmas edition of Raw?
3 jingles out of 5. So worse than
Worse than
SmackDown.
SmackDown. That has not happened in a very, very long time. But it's okay to move on to the news now.
Oh, thank God we'll bring some life back into the podcast.
Yeah, apologies that the news has been dry over the last few weeks, but this week we do have some bigger news.
Business is about to pick up.
And where better to start than the then potential and now confirmed return of the animal Dave Batista. A lot to get through regarding Batista. I love the effects
Carry on,
behind
I'll
me.
just sing it in the background.
First off, it was speculated that Batista will be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble next month, but that now looks like it could be. Well, it is
I'll
now.
walk for miles inside this pit of danger.
Do, do.
A place where no one follows me. I walk. Carry on.
This is what I have to work with.
I walk alone.
We're all about entertainment here at the Main Event Podcast. But I was saying, first off, it was speculated that Batista will be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble next month. But now that looks like, well, it is January 20th on Raw. He will be making his eagerly anticipated return for some of us. Whether that means full-time return or part-time, we'll get to that a little later. But guys, do you think the WWE only aired that video package because of the leak? Or do you think that video package is already planned?
No, leak.
Leak.
Definitely.
Fair enough.
They had the same promo twice.
Yeah.
Leak.
As expected with that, the WWE are very angry that this was leaked. I forgot the website name. They're a ticket distributing website or something. They revealed that Batista will be at...
Tickets.com.
They will be at...
Ticketmaster.com?
Ticketmaster.com. That's the one.
Yes, they revealed that Batista will be at an event in February, but they did have to take that down. But if it's okay, we'll get back to Batista a little later. There's more news on it, but we can get everything else out of the way. I remember last week we talked a bit about WWE diva AJ Lee and the sports anchor Michelle Beadle. I remembered her name.
Yes.
They had an altercation just before the TLC pay-per-view, and then CM Punk sent out a tweet about hockey minutes before his entrance. There were some people within WWE who were upset at the tweet on the same day as TLC because obviously for ratings they didn't want people to switch the channel and go to the hockey game. So they are upset with him. I don't know if that brings any more heat than he already has.
Well, I don't think they really had to worry. No one likes hockey.
Yeah, as we've been talking about as well for quite some time, that there are major plans for Roman Reigns in the 2014 Royal Rumble. Sources are saying it's not a big Rumble, it's actually a huge Royal Rumble for Roman Reigns, bigger than anyone originally thought. Now, personally, I don't think that means he's going to win. I can see a top 5, maximum top 3 finish.
Eliminating 8, 9 people.
I think he could go and break Kane's record in his first year.
What was Kane's record? 12?
I'm
11?
guessing between 11 to 13, something like that. If the saying is massive, I can see it happening, because the saying is bigger than anyone originally thought.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he might finish, second?
I don't know if he can finish runner-up. I'm saying top 3 or top 5, he's got to be there. If the saying is as big as it is, I'll be surprised if he just gets eliminated straight away. But if it is as big as they're saying it, I can see... a runner-up is not out of the question. Whether...
Well, WrestleMania, Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton, really? Winner? Maybe? Could be.
Could be.
At WrestleMania 30, though, I think that's the reason why we don't think he'd win it.
Yeah.
Coming second as well, I think the story would be better if it was John Cena or Daniel Bryan or even Batista second.
Can you see a third place then? Because third place, no one really cares about third place in the Royal Rumble.
That's true. I can see it definitely a top 4 or top 5.
And we have been saying this a lot. Do you think he will eliminate one or both members of the Shield?
Yes.
That's just going to be teasing it a little more, isn't it, that it's coming?
If this all leads to a triple threat match with the Shield, then I'll be thoroughly disappointed.
I don't know. I don't see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins breaking away. I think the Shield will still be there, but without Roman Reigns. Because there's this fear that if Roman Reigns leaves the group, then that'll just make Rollins and Ambrose back of the line.
Irrelevant.
Yes, and I don't want that to happen because they're all talented. It's just WWE decided to pick Roman Reigns as their golden boy, but he has proved it. So there's no taking that away from him.
Exactly.
Moving on, the Wyatt families, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, may be given the tag team titles at some point. There's been some talk of putting the belts on the two before the Royal Rumble.
So that's why they had the match at SmackDown.
Exactly.
It all makes sense.
They were already the favourites to go into WrestleMania as the champions, but it appears that they may get moved up a lot quicker. So I think that could potentially make Goldust turn or Corey Rhodes turn on the brother at the Royal Rumble, setting up a match at WrestleMania. Who knows? But yeah, the Wyatt family, you expect them to lift the tag team titles very soon. Going a bit further back to TLC, this regards how the WWE booked CM Punk to win over the Shield at TLC. The reason CM Punk won and the Shield didn't is because John Cena and Daniel Bryan were already booked to lose, and they thought if CM Punk won, that would create more drama for the eventual breakup of the Shield. That's why we had Roman Reigns get the win over CM Punk on the night after. Do you remember that?
Yeah, with the Shawn Michaels promo.
Yeah, that's because the idea was for Reigns to eventually be the real golden boy, since he's got the look, he's got the sport background that the WWE officials like. There's no hiding that. And that's opposed to Punk and Bryan, who will never get 100% because of the size and the looks that they have. Nothing wrong with them.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
And they also felt that Punk was protected from the loss by having that promo with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, definitely. Everyone remembers that. No one remembers the loss.
That's what they said. This promo was more relevant than the actual loss to the Shield. Same night, we saw Paul Heyman tweeting where he said he had a talk with Brock Lesnar about the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton. That was just something to get people talking. Apparently, there's no plans. It's just Paul Heyman reminding us that he's still around, which is good. Everyone loves Paul Heyman. Next story I found really, really funny / interesting. I don't know if you've heard, but WWE are finally going on their first ever tour to Saudi Arabia.
Hooray.
But not everyone is excited about John
boo.
Cena and the WWE coming to town. Saudi newspaper columnist Khalid Al-Suleiman posted an article on Emirates247.com where he slammed WWE and John Cena. Do you want me to read some of the article? It's actually really...
Please.
Yep.
He says, and I quote, "John Cena, you are not welcome here. A few years ago, I could have said you are welcome, but my bitter experience with my children and their obsession with John Cena have made me loathsome to the idea of his coming. To stop him from coming, I am even ready to face him in the ring, although such an idea is suicidal. Over the past years, my home has been turned into a wrestling ring where the human bodies fly around and pillows are thrown all over as screams do not stop, as if my home became Madison Square in New York. During those years, the shelves..."
Well, this is obviously a case of bad parenting.
Yeah, during those years, the shelves, walls and drawers in my home have been filled with pictures of wrestlers and their frightening bodies. Now they are coming to control our minds at home. You are not welcome. What we, adults and children, need is not a wrestling ring to engage in savage and horrifying fights, but a stage where all talented compete to demonstrate their human skills with nature and not savagery.
Right. He does realise that wrestling is fake, right?
I have no idea. I just found...
I don't mean to throw the F word around, but fake wrestling, sports entertainment, it's not...
Yeah, and
PG, what?
WWE do emphasize, do not try this at home.
That's the parents' job now, isn't it?
Yeah.
As I said.
Well, Mr. Khalid, Mr. Khalid.
His kids must really be driving him mad if he went this far to actually posting an article to stop him.
He's a newspaper columnist. How did he get a job?
I have no idea. But yeah.
Was that take his job?
Oh, we'll pray. But yeah, as I said, I just found that really amusing. That is not going to stop the WWE from coming to Saudi Arabia. It's business. They're going to make tons of money from this. And when a kid watches wrestling, I'm not speaking for every kid, I'm speaking for 99% of children who watch it, they fall in love with wrestling. And sometimes, like us, you don't fall out of love with wrestling.
Yep.
And if the parents really don't want them to fight, you need to stop them from watching it. As harsh as it sounds.
Simple.
But yeah, Khalid Sulman, you, my friend, are... Well, you made me laugh, so well done.
You're our idiot of the week.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, he's now my favourite Saudi Arabian columnist on Emirates247.com. Well done.
I see. Not
Um,
specific at all.
nope. In a latest interview with RF, it's a video shoot, I think. Imran Noor's former WWE NXT worker Cassius Ohno,
Yep.
or Chris Hero,
Chris
as
Hero.
he stated something really interesting. He said that Triple H is very high on an NXT superstar. No joke, sorry. And
Which
and apparently John Cena is high on him as well. We've seen he was backing Biggie Langston. Look where he is now. And it's reported that John Cena and Triple H are high on NXT superstar, Imran will know it, Enzo Amore.
really?
Yeah, Amore.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie,
What has that got to do with anything?
that's amore.
No, okay, there we go. Amore has recently been out of action due to a broken leg since November. Regardless, if Triple H and John Cena are, well, they like him, then we can expect to see him in the main roster pretty soon. That's the good thing about
He's
NXT
still been
now.
on NXT though.
Yeah, and I think that's the good thing about NXT now. Usually when NXT first started, it was one person coming to the main roster. Now there's actually a queue of people ready to jump on the main roster. The future, whether you like it or not, that's just how it is. Sheamus and Chris Jericho are set to appear at a function in Pittsburgh. I forgot what the function is called. I'm sorry. That's at the Royal Rumble weekend. So the Rumble is in Pittsburgh. So there's speculation that they both could be appearing at the pay-per-view. As we said last week, there are several NXT talents ready to make their debut during the Royal Rumble match. It remains to be seen if the WWE still do go that way, or as we said, they give it to Jake the Snake Roberts. With that, Hulk Hogan. Jericho said he does not have the itch to return to the business. He has a schedule which keeps him busy, but I don't know if you guys think this, but I do. This guy is famous for playing down situations like this. I think he'll come back at the Royal Rumble. What do you guys think?
I would like to see him back at the Rumble.
Mm.
He's very good at swerving
Yeah.
everybody. So, I mean, you never really know with Jericho. But yeah, I could definitely see it.
He can return as many times as he wants. It's always good to see him, however he returns.
Yeah, Jericho is Jericho. He could come back as many times as he wants. We need him. There's always going to be a space on the roster for him.
Exactly.
I think it saturates the pool as well for WrestleMania, which is only ever a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batista back, Jericho back, Hulk Hogan potentially there.
Hey, what about RVD back?
Apparently RVD's got something going on that weekend. So
Maybe it's the Rumble.
maybe it's the Rumble. Yeah. But yeah, let's move on. Now, I don't know how many of our listeners, 7 of our listeners, remember
All of them.
Mark Jindrak.
Ah,
Is that just
yes.
a fake or tell me more?
I remember Mark Jindrak from his WCW days.
Okay. Yeah, he was a former WWE superstar as well. Well, I read an article online a couple of days ago, and I found, not the whole article, I found this little snippet which I thought was really interesting. And apparently he was supposed to be a member of Evolution originally, which is interesting. But he says he was dropped last minute because Vince thought he would work better as a face in a tag team with Garrison Cade. And we know how that panned out, don't we? But yeah, he says he thinks he missed out on millions and millions of dollars and, of course, championships with that. What would you have thought if Jindrak actually made it into Evolution? Under the tutelage
then
of...
we'd be excited for his return instead of Batista's right now.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
he would be
basically
starting in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Batista.
Talking of
Yeah.
Batista, let's get back to him as there is more. Speculation, of course. Many have wondered what Batista's role will be when he returns to WWE, not if now. The speculation is that the early plan for Batista was to return as a surprise entry at the Royal Rumble. That looks to have now been put forward a week now. He's going to come back a week early. Originally, he was supposed to win the Royal Rumble and go on to face Randy Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania, but these plans aren't confirmed. Breathe a sigh of relief now, Arif. Batista will obviously be put right back into the main event picture. We know that, but apparently he's not going to win the Royal Rumble. The deal for Batista to return during WrestleMania 30 season is something he and Triple H, his good friend, have been working on for several months now. He's going to be working, regular TV tapings, pay-per-views, and even some live events. And this could see him stick around for a lot longer than after WrestleMania 30. And it has been reported that he has been putting back on a lot of muscle. We saw him, he did look a bit depleted in his mixed martial arts fight. But apparently he is putting on a lot more muscle. But I think his return, or the leak, that does spoil the potential, positive reaction he could have received. Now we're going to see signs and stuff, which just for me ruin it. I don't know about you guys. Remember we saw that with Brock Lesnar as well on his return. We saw signs of Brock Lesnar, but apparently this guy is getting a very, very good deal.
I don't think we'd ever get, going back to that point, I don't think we'd ever get a true surprise return anymore because of the fact that the internet is so apparent in WWE these days, and all it takes is a couple of signs for the entire crowd to realize. All it takes is a couple of signs for the people at home to realize, in a sense. So I don't really think we're ever going to get a true surprise,
which is
anymore.
A shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, until my theory of the week.
Oh, we've still got
one of the big returns that happened a couple of years ago was Kevin Nash at SummerSlam. I don't think many people saw that.
Well, Triple H didn't know because Kevin Nash texted himself.
Oh, we're still going with that, like it was real.
Yeah, but I mean, even that was spoiled because people spotted him at the airport in Los Angeles and tweeted.
You just can't do anything about that, though.
Shouted and touted. So.
You can do what Jericho does and drives in.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, Batista isn't getting as good of a deal as Brock Lesnar.
That's because he's not as good of a wrestler.
But he is getting a very, very good deal. As I said,
he's better than
The Miz.
The Miz, yeah.
As I said, it's going to include pay-per-views, Raw, SmackDown, live events. Apparently, his contract says close to a full-time deal. That's going to keep him, as I said, past WrestleMania 30. Finally, to end the news, a positive note, The Undertaker has agreed to wrestle at WrestleMania 30.
There we go.
WWE, yeah, WWE had been hoping he would wrestle on the show, but official word came in, I think, 2 or 3 days ago. 3 months away now, WrestleMania, just over 3 months. Currently no opponent set to challenge the streak, but I speculate away.
Well, sorry to stop the speculation early, but I mean, that does lead on to my theory of the week.
Always interesting.
Theory of the week.
Theory of the week. Where Sting will be returning.
Oh.
Okay.
Going on to TNA Wrestling now.
Sting will be returning in the WWE, or appearing in the WWE for the first ever time, and he will face the Wyatt family's Kane. Now, just stick with me for this, because I know that's a bit weird. You would have thought Sting versus Undertaker. I think it's too early for that. I think Sting needs a win at WrestleMania. And Sting versus Kane makes sense because Kane will put over Sting. Sting will win, and then that will nicely set up a match for next year's WrestleMania where The Undertaker can defeat Sting in a one-on-one contest. And that's my theory of the week, guys. Very, very short, but very, very sweet.
As always, interesting, something to think about. But would you say if that happened, Undertaker and Sting, would you say that is it for both men?
Yeah. I think that'll be the be-all and end-all, unless we get a Cena Undertaker match finally, and then that's the be-all and end-all.
Yeah, I think
maybe in 2 years.
I agree that Sting and Undertaker is the dream match because both are veterans. They're arguably two of the best. But as we discussed in detail last week, Cena's got to be there. Cena's got to be a victim.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
Yeah. But it kind of makes sense because Sting's taking time off TNA apparently as well, so got written off. Yeah,
he only ever signs year extensions, so I mean it's coming up to that time again where we don't know whether he's going to re-sign a contract.
I think Sting only hesitates with the WWE because he doesn't want his reputation to go as the one guy who didn't wrestle for the WWE for the past God knows how many years, and right at the end he signed with them after so long.
Yeah, but that's not really necessarily a bad thing to say that you've signed for the biggest company in the world.
I think
he,
credit to him, he's held out for such a long time, and making such a big name for himself in, obviously, arguably a smaller company. No disrespect, but a smaller company. He's made such a
definitely disrespect. TNA was terrible.
Arif, do you watch TNA?
Jeff Jarrett just left.
No one cares on the Main Event podcast about TNA.
There you go, news. TNA news. Jeff Jarrett left. Magnus is your new champion. Oh my days. AJ Styles, we don't even know what's going on with him.
Well, to be fair, you've got to congratulate Magnus. Is he the first British TNA World Champion? So, that's good.
Unfortunately, he is. And I feel sorry for him, and I can only apologise to his family.
But yeah, so yeah, interesting theory. Again, if you agree or disagree with what Arif has to say, please get in touch. He will be waiting for you.
I will be waiting.
And guys, with that, I think it's time to call it an end this week. 3 weeks in a row. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody.
Yeah,
As always, check us out on Facebook at The Main Event Podcast, Twitter at TME Podcast, and email us, like Raza said, I will be there to reply to every single email at tmepodcast@gmail.com. That's
Yep.
TME, not TLE.
TM.
and you can't forget the website, www.tme-podcast.com.
Podcast with a P.
With a P. From all of us here, have a great Christmas, happy holidays, stay
Merry
safe.
Christmas.
We will be back next week with another episode of the WWE. As we said, keep an eye out for the movies/entertainment podcast, which will only be on YouTube. Iman, am I right? 2nd or 3rd week of January.
Yep, you're right.
We got a lot of interesting stuff for that as well. So please do tune in. But yeah, it's a bye from the Main Man Podcast. Again, happy holidays and stay safe.